Well, hey there, everybody. This is Adam J., Nurse Numismatic, and today I'm going to show you one of the most valuable coins in my collection, this 1987D Lincoln set. I can't wait for you to learn what makes this particular coin so very valuable. So there are many things that can make a coin valuable. Generally, to understand the value of a coin, we'll look at the metal content, the mintage, the condition of the coin, and any errors or varieties. So for this Lincoln cent I have here today, let's see if we can figure out together what makes this coin so valuable. So let's start with metal content. This Lincoln cent is a copper-plated zinc cent. It's a 1987, so they stopped being primarily copper in 1982. And so this cent we're looking at today is 99.2% zinc and 0.8% copper. Well, does that give this coin any intrinsic value based on its metal content? So a modern Lincoln cent weighs about 2.5 grams. Since it's 0.8% copper, that comes out to it being about 2/100ths of a gram of copper. And with the price of copper being around 0.85 cents per gram, this coin, based on its metal content, at least based on the copper, is worth less than 1/1000th of a cent. So it must not be the metal content that makes this so valuable. Well, how about mintage? Well, the 1987D Lincoln cent had about over 4.8 billion minted. Generally, with a lower mintage, coins have higher value, and 4.8 billion, that's a lot of cents. So I guess it isn't the mintage that makes you. Well, how about the condition? Well, let's see what kind of a condition this is in. We'll take a look over here on the scope. So we can see here that most of the details of the coin are in pretty good shape. It even still has a fair amount of luster. When we look at the reverse, maybe even looks nicer. I think I'd say there's maybe a little bit of damage. This cent might be an AU or about uncirculated if we would grade it generously. And I'd say that we could probably also count some environmental damage on the coin. Well, it's not in an incredible condition to up the value. And when we were looking at it on the scope, I didn't see the 1987 D/D repunched mint mark variety. So rarities and varieties are also out of the question. If it's none of those, then what could it possibly be that makes this cent so valuable? Well, we forgot about one thing: provenance. This coin has a special provenance. So I need to tell you a little bit of a story about this coin. Several weeks ago, we had a bunch of family members over. Primarily, my boyfriend's family came over to celebrate the Super Bowl. We watched the big game, had lots of food and snacks, and had a great time. As we were getting ready for it, he told me that a few of his cousins would be coming, collectively referred to as the girls. It's about four girls, cousins, and one of their friends, ranging in ages from younger school-aged all the way up through adolescence. And we were a little bit concerned about what they would do to keep themselves occupied at our place during the Super Bowl party when inevitably the game would get a little bit boring. And so we went into the day without much of a plan, and as it, of course, happened that the game lost interest for them, and frankly, for this not particularly sports oriented nurse numismatic collector, we went upstairs and started looking through various different coins and bullion and talking about it, and had just a great time. I was able to teach them things, explain things about collecting coins. They really enjoyed looking at some of the silver bullion as well that I have in my collection. And then afterwards, the youngest of the girls came up to me, probably about an hour later, and said, "Hey, I have something for you." And she handed me this 1987 Lincoln cent and said, "I want you to have this, and I want this to be part of your collection." And then she proceeded to show me a few that she was going to keep in her collection. And that moment was worth more than any other coin in my entire collection. So it goes to show you, it's not always about the mintage condition or the value that your local LCS would put on a coin. The story, the memory, or sentiment behind a coin can move it right to the top of the best coins in your collection. So, do you have any special coins in your collection that have a significant value for you? If so, leave a comment and tell us a little story about it. Otherwise, make sure that if you enjoyed this video, you do like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on the YouTube and in the streams. This is Adam J, Nurse Numismatic. Thanks for watching.